Instagram's algorithm just had a major update and they changed the times that you need to post, the type of content you need to be creating, and they're even marking a ton of people's links on Instagram as spam. But don't worry, because by the end of this video, you're gonna know how to fix all these things so that you can skyrocket the amount of reach that you get. Because if you haven't already adapted to the latest Instagram algorithm, you're probably already seeing a decrease in views. And this creator right here was able to adapt to the algorithm and get a video with millions of views that they were able to gain tens of thousands of followers from in just the last few weeks. And this creator was able to do the same thing, except they've gained over hundreds of thousands of followers, and the same thing can happen to you so long as you change with the new Instagram algorithm update. But first, I need you to smash that subscribe button. If you want to go click on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, I literally upload a video every single day about how to grow on these platforms. In fact, I quit my job with Gary Vee to help you grow on Instagram. Change number one is you need to make sure that you're adapting to the 3 latest best times to post on Instagram. In fact, these just came out and there are 2 reasons that the best times to post have changed. 1, because viewer psychology has changed, and 2, because you need to make sure that you're taking into consideration when your ideal audience is online. If you want to get more followers on Instagram, you need to be reaching non-followers, and if you're posting at the wrong times, you're probably only reaching your followers, which 1, decreases the amount of views that you get, and 2, is ultimately going to lead to you losing followers on Instagram because those are going to be the only people that see your content, and it increases the odds that they actually unfollow. So the first best time to post right now is from 10:30 a.m. to noon. The second best time is from 3 to 4 p.m. and then finally 7 to 9 p.m. on Instagram. Now remember, when it comes to posting on Instagram, there are 3 golden rules that you need to be focused on. The first one is never post on the hour or on the half hour. You want to break it up because Instagram is going to increase or decrease your views based on the supply and demand of content. So a ton of people schedule their posts out to go out at 10:30 or to go out at 11. So you want to post at 10:32 or 11:05 so that you actually increase the odds that your posts get pushed, because if not, there's going to be way too much supply of content on Instagram, and then as a result, you get less reach on your posts. In addition to that, you need to make sure that you're posting at these time slots for your specific time zone. And I'm talking about where you're currently located, because Instagram is becoming more and more of a geo-focused app. And then finally, you need to make sure that you're waiting at least 1 hour in between posts on Instagram, because if you don't, your posts aren't going to be eligible to show up on somebody's page. And now remember, this is only for reels, for photos, and carousels. This doesn't mean that you need to wait an hour in between stories, because you don't when it comes to stories. But that's not the only change. You also need to make sure that you're changing the way that you're getting people to go to the link in your bio on Instagram. And there's 2 reasons for this. 1, because Instagram has released a new update that is going to start to affect a lot of creators and businesses right now that are trying to get people to go to the link in the bio. And the reason for that is because they're trying to protect against spam, which is why they're showing this message right here whenever somebody goes to the link in bio, which is going to drastically decrease the amount of conversions that you get on Instagram. On top of that, if you tell somebody to go to the link in your bio in the description of your video, with text on the screen in your video, or in the voiceover, Instagram is actively decreasing the reach that these posts get by 40 to 70%. But don't worry, because there's actually a way around this, and the way around this is going to 5x the engagement that you get. And the best way to actually get around this is using a tool like ManyChat for their comment to DM automation. In fact, ManyChat's a Meta approved partner, so you never have to worry about the engagement that you get being fake or Instagram taking action against you for using a tool like this. If you go to the pinned comment below right now, you can get started with a 30-day free trial of ManyChat for free. And here's how it works. If you've ever seen somebody tell you to comment below a specific keyword, it's because they're going to DM you a link to a free resource or to something that they actually want you to sign up for. And this is the way that big creators are going viral and small creators are going viral. In fact, this creator right here literally just got millions of views on this post because so many people commented on it, and it skyrocketed the amount of engagement that he's getting. And you could do the same exact thing with your content if you start to leverage ManyChat's DM to automation feature. And remember, this is going to 5x the amount of engagement that you get. So I don't know why you wouldn't go to the link in the pinned comment below, sign up right now for a 30-day free trial of ManyChat, because it's going to help you make more money on Instagram, and it's going to help you increase the engagement that you get. Now, the next change that you need to be aware of are the 3 new things that Instagram is actually looking for from you in your posts in order for your post to go viral. But first, I need to teach you how to actually reverse engineer all of this, because the biggest mistake that I see accounts just like yours making right now is that you just pull out your phone and start recording a video. Instead, what you need to do is start with the end in mind, because if you want somebody to share your content, watch your content all the way through, or even leave a comment on your content, you need to make sure that you're actually creating an emotional response from that viewer. I want you to think about the last video that you shared on Instagram, or the last thing that you commented on Instagram, or the last thing that you told a friend about on Instagram. I can almost guarantee that it made you laugh, it got you mad, or it was some new information that you were excited to share with somebody, and you need to start with that emotion in mind. So before you actually script out a video or you record a video, I want you to think to yourself, what do I have to do in the first 3 seconds to invoke this emotion in this person, or what do I have to do in this video to create the emotion in this person? And by the time you're done creating the video, if you don't feel that that video invoked that emotion, you need to completely restart and go recreate the video again. And what this really comes back to is the beginning of the video and the end of the video. Somebody's only going to comment, they're only going to share, and they're only going to watch the video if the first 3 seconds actually hooks them in, and people are going to give you the first 3 seconds. But if it doesn't engage them, guess what's going to happen? They're going to completely swipe away. So you need to make sure that you're putting the most effort into that and to the end of the video, because at the end of the video is when somebody's actually going to feel that emotion. Are they going to laugh and say, hey, I should share this with a friend? Is it new information that they should say, wow, somebody needs to hear about this? Or is it something that got them outraged so much that they're willing to go to the comment section, leave a comment, or even get into an argument with other people in the comment? And if you're not getting people to do those 3 things, then you are never going to hit the 3 metrics that I'm about to share with you. They're going to skyrocket your reach on Instagram. But first, I want to make sure that you're using the right colors when it comes to the text that you're creating on Instagram right now. There are a few rules that you want to follow. First and foremost, the majority of posts that go viral on Instagram, and you can prove this by going and scrolling through your Reels feed right now, is black and white text. And there's very good reason for this. If the text that you're using on Instagram doesn't have contrast with the background that it's up against, for example, if I put blue text across my shirt right now, you wouldn't be able to see it that well. And this is going to drastically decrease the amount of people that actually engage with the video, because it looks like the video wasn't created that great. What you need to make sure that you're doing, using that black and white text so that this doesn't happen to you. In addition to that, you want to make sure that you're not adding little memes or little things popping up within your Instagram. This makes you look like a boomer, and it isn't going to help your content get pushed out. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be creating memes on Instagram. What I am saying is that you want to avoid those little animated emojis and things like that pop up. In addition to that, you need to make sure that the descriptions that you're writing on Instagram right now are at least 125 to 150 words long, because if they're not, Instagram's not going to have enough data to be able to push out your content. Now, of course, if you're doing a really good job with everything else in your videos and you mess up the description, it isn't going to completely kill your account so long as you're hitting these 3 metrics. So the first thing you need to get on Instagram is going to be comments. The way that you get comments, again, is by outraging people or by getting them to want something. For example, like this creator did right here. He's giving away a secret about how to increase your credit, and he used ManyChat to send out thousands and thousands of DMs to people that commented. Now this resulted in 2 things. 1, thousands of leads for his business and a bunch of people signing up, but on top of that, he was able to skyrocket the amount of engagement that he got simply because he added in a mechanism with ManyChat to help give people a reason to actually comment on the video. And if you're not doing this within your content, you're going to be at a huge disadvantage. But that's not the only metric. You also need to make sure that you're increasing the amount of replays that you're getting and the amount of people that are watching your content. In fact, there are 2 things you need to be focused on. 1, that 80% of people are completing your video. If that's not happening, you're not going to get the reach that you want. And secondly, you need to be focused on the amount of replays that you get. And there are 3 things that you could do to actually increase the odds that this happens. 1, you could shorten the length of your content. 2, you can loop your content. Or 3, you can speed things up in the beginning so that people feel like they missed something, but not to the point that they're confused, simply to the point that they're going to have to rewatch the video to get the thing that they missed. And creating short content, again, makes it really easy for you to be able to do this. And if you haven't noticed, I'm not telling you to make minute-long videos, 30-second-long videos. In fact, 5 to 7-second videos are the videos that go most viral right now on Instagram. Which brings me to by far the most important metric that you could get right now, which is somebody sharing your content on Instagram. In fact, 1 share on Instagram equates to up to 400 views. So if you could get 10 shares, you'll get 4,000 views. If you could get 100 shares, 40,000 views. And if you could get 1,000 people to share your piece of content, you're probably gonna get over 400,000 views. And this is gonna equate to a ton of new followers and to tons of people finding out who you are. And the more shares that you get, the more likely Instagram is to put your content on the Reels feed or on the Explore feed where you're really gonna end up going viral. And in addition to all the changes that I just mentioned, you need to make sure that you're also not using banned hashtags on Instagram, because Instagram has just released a new list of banned hashtags. If you wanna find out what hashtags are banned, I strongly suggest you check out this video right here so you can make sure that you're not using these hashtags. I'll see you over there.